All right. So coming onto the mat, sitting down, stretching the legs, just adding a little bit of movement for the legs, just tapping the back of the knees on the ground, circling the feet, just to release the ankles, the knees, then crossing the legs, coming to seated position, gently rocking from side to side, just to find that contact and that space in the body. Then carrying on with the arms, creating some circling motion with the shoulders, circling motion with the neck. And then when you're done, finding stillness, bringing the hands on top of the knees, palms facing up or down, whichever way you prefer. Closing the eyes. Just taking the next few moments to really arrive in the class. Taking one big inhale through the nose and releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Sending a message to the brain, to the body, that it's now time to settle. Allowing the thoughts to settle and slow down. Creating space, creating stillness. Aligning the mind, the body, the breath to the present moment. And taking a moment to check in with yourself, see how you are feeling right now, mentally, emotionally, physically. Simply acknowledging it without any judgment, any expectation. And shifting the awareness to the inside, tuning in, listening in for the messages sent by the body to the brain. Observing the signals, starting with the feet and the toes, maybe wiggling the toes a little bit just to become aware of each individual toe. Becoming aware of where they are, how they feel. Becoming aware of any sensation in the feet, the contact, the place of contact with the foot and the floor. Noticing any sensations in the ankles, the calves, the shins, the knees. Noticing the hands resting on the knees. Creating that sensation of pressure and heaviness. And noticing the arms feeling really heavy, gently pulling on the shoulders. And coming back to the legs, the thighs, the hips, noticing any sensations there. Noticing sensation in the pelvis, the sitting bone. Observing that feeling of anchoring down, of heaviness of the upper body, rooting to the ground. And traveling through the back, starting at the base of the spine, observing any sensations there around the hips, the lower back, and traveling upwards, noticing any sensation around the spine, around the rib cage, the back of the rib cage, the shoulder blades. Noticing the movement of the back of the rib cage as the inhale comes in, lifting the back of the rib cage. And with the exhale, gently coming back down. Moving to the front of the body, around the navel, the area around the navel and the tummy. Observing the tummy gently lifting up with the inhale. And slowly coming back down with the exhale. Noticing sensation in the chest, the shoulders, the neck, becoming aware of that space around the neck, between the head and the shoulders, and feeling perhaps how the back of the neck is extending, feeling taller, feeling longer. Then bringing the awareness to the head and the face, maybe softening the muscles around the face, relaxing the muscles around the eyebrows, around the forehead, around the jaws. Allowing the skin to relax and expand. And finally, taking in the whole of the body, visualizing the body sitting down on the mat, feeling heavy and perhaps even feeling light at the same time, as if starting to hover just above the ground. And before we start our practice, formulating an intent for the class, whatever that is you need, maybe peace, patience, forgiveness, kindness, or perhaps dedicating your practice to a loved one. If you haven't done so already, perhaps engaging the Ujjayi breath, creating the sound with the breath. And then slowly opening the eyes, keeping a soft gaze as we bring movement to the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, clasping the hands, pushing the palms up, creating a long stretch. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor, and spending the next few breaths here. And maybe adding a little bit more motion, rocking the chest from side to side. Imagine you bringing the armpit towards the knee. Noticing the sensation in the lower back, in the hips. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, right arm goes up, looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, tipping to the side. Inhale, back to the center, left arm up. Exhale, tipping to the side, face down towards the ceiling. Inhale, back to the center, right arm up. Exhale, tipping to the side. Inhale, back to the center, switching side. Exhale, tipping to the right. On the next inhale, back to the center, slowly release the legs, giving the legs a little tap, just to release the knees. And then crossing the legs, rocking forward, coming onto all four, bringing padding for the knees if you need it. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, ready for a few rounds of cats and cow. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead, arching the back. Exhale, starting by tucking the pelvis in, rounding up the back all the way to the shoulders, chin comes to the chest. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. Exhale, rounding up the back. You can always add a bit of rocking motion here, keeping the back rounded. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. Exhale, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. Exhale, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy, looking ahead. And exhale, rounding up the back. And coming to sit on the heels. And then lifting the right foot, bringing the right foot flat on the ground, right next to the left knee. Then wrapping the arms around the right knee, gently rocking back and forth, bringing the weight forward and noticing the stretch happening in the back of the heel, the back of the right calf. And you may find when you're rocking forward, the right heel is lifting off the floor. That's perfectly fine. Gentle movement here. And then switching side. Right knee comes back down. Lifting the left foot comes right next to the right knee. Giving a little hug to the left knee. And then gently rocking back and forth. Moving the weight forward. And then coming back and noticing that sensation in the back of the left heel, the calf. And the ankle. And then coming back, bringing the left knee back down, coming back onto all four. Stretching the right leg, coming onto the toes of the right foot here. Once again, using little rocking motion back and forth. Coming forward and then coming back and aiming as you come back, aiming to bring the heel all the way to the back, almost as if you want to bring it to the floor. Noticing the sensation of stretching the calf. Nice long breath. And then switching side, right knee goes down, stretching the left leg. And once again, using rocking motion back and forth, pushing the left heel towards the back as you go back. And then coming forward, rolling onto the toes, the left foot. And then coming back onto the knees and then sitting on the heels just to release the arms a little bit, adding a bit of movement here, whatever you need. Opening, closing the hands, stretching the arms, bending the elbows. Back onto all four, tucking the toes under, ready to lift. Inhale, hips towards the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog, taking the time here, bending one knee at a time. Nice long breath. And as you bend one knee, pushing the heel on the other side towards the ground. And then when you're done bending the knees, bringing the feet close together in the middle of the mat, still in downward facing dog, pushing the mat away with the hands, finding that rooting through the hands. Inhale, lifting the right leg up as high as you can, keeping the leg stretch if you can. Exhale, right foot back down, switching side. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale down, switching side. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale down, switching side. Inhale, left leg goes up. Inhale, exhale, switching side. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale down, switching side. Inhale, left leg goes up. And exhale, coming back down, a bit more space between the feet. Gently release the knees down on the ground. Sitting on the heels once again. Taking a moment to release the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, adding a little bit of movement. Removing the padding if you've been using the towel. Back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, lifting the hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Spending a few breaths here. So checking our shape. Looking at the hands, fingers spread out, hands pushing the mat away. Looking at the feet, big toes pointing towards each other. The knees may be a little bit bent. And of course, don't worry, the heels don't touch the ground. That's not required. Nice long breath here. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the feet towards the front of the mat, coming into halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. You may need to bend the knees, bringing the tummy on the thighs. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Stepping the feet to the front of the mat. Ready for one cycle of sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up, growing tall. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. You may need to bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the floor, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, coming into high plank. Just one breath here. Inhale. Exhale, feel free to release the knees on the floor first, and then lowering yourself down in one line. Inhale, lifting the chest, looking ahead, high cobra. Exhale, back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One or two breaths here. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the feet to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms pointing towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, arms down. Once again, feet at the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands towards the ground, keeping that right foot grounded where it is. Stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Releasing the left knee down. Untucking the toes of the left foot. And when you're ready from here, inhale, pushing the chest up, using the hands for support on the front leg. Low crescent lunge, just spending one or two breaths here. Exhale, hands back down onto the ground, tucking the toes of your back foot. Inhale, lifting the left knee up. Exhale, standing the right foot to the back of the mat, coming back into high plank. One breath here. Exhale, you can bring the knees down first, and then releasing yourself down in one line. Inhale, lifting the chest, looking ahead in high cobra. Exhale, back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One or two breaths here. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the feet to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Let's do the other side, feet together, top of the mat. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, keeping that left foot rooted onto the ground. Stepping the right foot to the back of the mat. Release the right knee down, untucking the toes of the back foot. When you're ready, inhale, pushing the chest up, hands resting on the front leg. One or two breaths here in low crescent lunge. Nice long breath. Exhale, hands back down onto the ground, tucking the toes of your right foot. Inhale, lifting the right knee up. Exhale, sending the left foot to the back of the mat. Knees down if you need first, and then lowering yourself down in one line. Inhale, lifting the chest, high cobra. Exhale, back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, lifting the hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One or two breaths here. From here, on the next inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, bringing the right foot all the way to the front between the hands. You may need to grab your ankle and then shift your right foot to the front, adjusting the back foot. So allowing the back foot to pivot. So it's now flat sideways, 45-degree angle more or less. So the left hip is opening up. When you're ready from here, inhale, pushing through the front leg. Coming into standing position, feel free to stretch the front leg. Checking our shape. So left foot parallel to the short side of the mat, more or less. Left hip opening up to the right. Right hip pointing forward. Nice long breath here. Bringing the hands on either side of your rib cage, gently twisting the rib cage so the chest is now pointing forward. Inhale here, exhale, bending the front leg. Nice long breath here. Warrior one, bit different from high crescent lunge, only because the left hip is not pointing forward, it's opening to the side. Nice long breath here. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling. Nice long breath here. Exhale, releasing the hands down. On the next inhale, keeping that shape. Stretching the front leg. Exhale, bend the front leg. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch. On the next exhale, bend, and then bring the hands on the other side of your front foot. Pivoting the back foot so it's now on the toes. Hands on the ground, inhale. Exhale, sending the right foot to the back of the mat. One breath here in high plank. On the next exhale, release the knees down if you need, and then lowering yourself down in one line. Inhale, pushing up into high cobra, looking ahead. Exhale, back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. One breath here, ready for the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, bringing the left foot all the way to the front. You may need to grab the ankle, bring the foot to the front, pivot the back foot. So the back foot is now sideways, flat on the ground. When you're ready here, inhale, pushing the chest up. Feel free to stretch the leg. Nice long breath. Right hip opening to the side, left hip pointing forward. Bring the hands on the other side of the rib cage, and then gently twisting the chest to point forward. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, bending the front leg. Warrior one. Nice long breath. Exhale, release the arms. Hands can come onto the hips. And then for the next few breaths, simply using the front leg. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch. On the next exhale, bend the front leg. Lean forward to bring the hands on the other side of your front foot. Pivot the back foot so it's now on the tiptoes. When you're ready here, big inhale. Exhale, sending the left foot to the back of the mat, high plank. Release the knees down if you need, and then lowering yourself down in one line. Inhale, pushing the chest up, high cobra. On the next exhale, coming onto all four. Bring a block with you if you need. Big toes together, widening the knees, and then slowly release the chest towards the ground. The head can rest onto the block or onto the ground. Balasana, child's pose. Just taking 1 or 2 moments here. Reconnecting with the breath. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, back onto all four. Remove the block, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, back into downward facing dog. 1 or 2 breaths. Exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, step or jump the feet to the front of the mat, coming into a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Well done. Now bringing the blocks on the other side of the mat at the front. You may need them. Starting with feet together, just behind the blocks. Stepping the right foot back. So you can actually coming back to the front. Feet together can be a little bit separated, so you can have some space between the feet here. And then on the next inhale, once again, stepping the right foot back. Hips pointing forward. Hands resting on the hips for a moment. Chest lifted, creating space. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. At some point, allowing the arms to come down towards the mat, finding the blocks. If you don't have blocks, maybe resting your hands on your front shin, or maybe you can go all the way where the hands can find the mat. Pyramid pose. Nice long breath here. On the next inhale, really pushing through the front leg, lifting the chest, coming back to standing position. Now pivoting sideways, maybe creating a bit more space between the feet, bringing the blocks in the middle in front of you, toes pointing inwards, hands on the hips. Inhale, lifting the chest, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. At some point, extend the arms, find the floor, and going as close to the ground as your back will allow without rounding up, keeping the back nice and straight. Nice long breath here. Noticing what's going on in the back of the legs. Inhale, lifting the chest parallel to the mat. Exhale, hands on the hips. Rooting through the legs. Inhale, pushing all the way up, coming back to standing position. Bring the blocks with you, and then pivoting towards the right leg. So turning all the way, now facing the back of the room probably. Right foot forward, hips pointing forward. So bringing the blocks around where your right foot is. Hands resting on the hips, first of all. Pyramid pose. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. At some point, lowering the arms. Find the blocks. Maybe find the floor. Spending a few breaths here. And on the next inhale, rooting the front leg to the ground, pushing all the way up, coming back to standing position, and then pivoting sideways once again. Bring the blocks with you once again. Big toes pointing towards each other. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, folding forward. Extend the arms, find the ground. Nice long breath here. On the next exhale, walking the hands towards the left foot and then pivoting the left foot until you're facing the front. Back foot is now pivoting. So the way you end up is hands on the ground, left foot to the left side of your left hand, lizard's pose. Back foot is on the toes. Allow the movement to flow and allow your body to do what it needs to do to find that spot. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, coming back to the center. So pivoting back, big toes pointing towards each other, hands on the floor underneath where your head is. One long breath here. On the next exhale, walking the hands towards the right foot. At some point, the right foot pivots towards the back of the room. The left foot pivots, so you're on the toes. Hands on the ground, right foot to the right side of your right hand. Lizard's pose. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, walking the hands back sideways. Big toes pointing towards each other. Nice long breath here. Exhale, hands resting on the hips, rooting through the legs. Inhale, lifting the chest back to standing position, legs together. Feel free to add whatever movement you need. Stretching the back of the legs on the ground. Maybe taking a sip of water. Nice long breath. And then coming back to the front of the mat. Feet together. Inhale. Lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down on the ground, stepping the feet to the back of the mat. Lower the knees first if you need, and then going down in one line. Inhale, lifting the chest, looking ahead. Exhale, coming back onto all four, and then bringing the hands to the back, sitting on the heels for a moment. Nice long breath here, connecting with the breath, and bringing the padding just to protect the knees for the next few moments. From here, when you're ready, and making sure so you've got the blocks at the front of the mat, you might need them. Inhale, lifting the hips, stepping the right foot forward. Hands can rest on your front leg. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, back into low crescent lunge. Spending 1 or 2 breaths here, that's where the blocks come in handy. You might bring them here for support. See what works for you. On the next inhale, pushing through the front leg. Lift the hips, stretching the front leg, right heel digging into the ground, right foot flexed towards the ceiling. 1 big inhale here. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Keep the back nice and straight, coming towards the right leg. Hands can find the floor or the blocks. Half split. Spending 1 or 2 breaths here. On the next inhale, lifting the chest, right foot comes back down, right knee bent. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, low crescent lunge. So we're going to do pendulum type of motion between those two positions. Inhale, pushing the front leg, right heel digging. Exhale, folding forward, come towards the front leg, half split. Inhale, lift the chest, right foot down. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, low crescent lunge. Inhale, push the hips, stretch the front leg, right heel digging. Exhale, folding forward, coming towards the right leg, half split. Inhale, lift the chest, right foot down. Exhale, sinking the hips forward. Inhale, push through the front leg, right heel digging. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, right foot down. Exhale, hips forward. Inhale, lift the hips, right leg is stretched, right heel digging. Exhale, folding forward. On the next inhale, lift the chest, bring the right knee down, sitting on the heels for a moment. Ready to do the other side. Inhale, lift the hips, left foot forward, hands resting on your front leg. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, low crescent lunge. Spending 1 or 2 breaths here. Feel free to use the blocks for support. Just noticing what's happening in the hips. And then on the next inhale, really pushing through the front leg. Lift the hips, stretching the front leg, left heel digging into the ground. Foot flex towards the ceiling. Big inhale, exhale, folding forward. Keeping the back as straight as you can. Find the blocks with your hands or find the floor. Coming here into half split for a few breaths. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, left foot down, ready to move between those two positions. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, low crescent lunge. Inhale, pushing the hips, stretching the front leg, left heel digging. Exhale, folding forward, half split. Inhale, lift the chest, left foot down. Exhale, hips forward, low crescent lunge. Inhale, push the front leg, left heel digging into the ground. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift the chest, left foot down. Exhale, sinking the hips forward. Inhale, pushing the hips up, left heel digging into the ground. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift the chest, left foot down. Exhale, sinking the hips forward, low crescent lunge. Inhale, pushing back up, left leg is stretched. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the chest, left foot, left knee comes back down, sitting on the heels for a moment. Remove the padding. Coming back onto all four just for a moment, crossing the back of the legs, and then rolling back, coming to seated position, stretching the legs. Maybe give your knees a little bit of a massage, even with the padding. Personally, I felt it, so feel free to give the top of the knees a bit of a massage. And then when you're ready, lifting the flesh of the sitting bone, bringing the legs together. You may wish to have your strap nearby if you are using a strap. Legs together, really active. Front of the legs is active. Feet flexed towards the ceiling. Arms resting on either side of the body here. Creating length. Sucking the navel in, chin slightly to the chest. So really doing all the movements required to lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck. Nice long breath. Dandasana. And then grabbing hold of your strap with each hand. When you're ready, inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling and being mindful of that long line between the chest and the arms, keeping that line for as long as you can. On the next exhale, folding forward. At some point, lowering the arms, bringing the strap around your feet if you're using the strap. Nice long breath here, forward fold. Really aiming to squeeze that space between the tummy and the thighs. Keeping the back nice and straight. Spending a few breaths here. And on the next inhale, slowly lifting back up, releasing the feet with the strap. Bend the right leg, bringing the right foot inside the left thigh, right knee towards the ground. Feel free to shuffle a little bit, turning and twisting the chest a little bit to the left, aligning the chest to the left leg. Still holding on to the strap if you're going to use the strap. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, wrapping the strap behind the left foot. Once again, aiming to squeeze that space between the tummy and the left thigh. Keeping the back nice and straight. Looking towards the toes or maybe towards your left shin. And noticing the sensation happening maybe in the left hip, in the lower back, maybe in the left knee, and in the back of the right knee, right hip, right knee, and then in the back of the left leg. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, slowly coming back up, gently helping the right knee up, and then pivoting a little bit to the right, so turning to the right. So the left leg is still stretched. This time it's stretched towards the left. Right foot is to the right side here, as close to the body as you can. So the right knee is near your right arm. Maybe you can even wrap your right arm around the right leg. Now you may wish to use a strap. So bringing the strap around your right ankle and holding onto the strap with your left hand. Or maybe you can you don't need the strap. Maybe you can grab onto the right ankle with the left hand. So this will pull your right foot a bit more towards the body. Left leg really active, left foot flexed towards the ceiling. When you're ready from here, inhale, lifting the right arm up. Exhale, tipping the body, tipping the chest towards the left, aiming to bring that left shoulder towards the left knee, extending the right arm. Nice long breath here. Noticing a lot of sensation going on in the back of the left leg, the back of the right hip. There's a nice long stretch here on the right side of the chest. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up, release the right leg, bring the legs together, give the legs a bit of a tap here. And ready to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to turn around for visibility. So starting with the legs together. Bend the left leg, left foot inside the right thigh, left knee towards the ground. Feel free to have the strap nearby. Little twist of the chest, aligning the chest towards the right leg. When you're ready, inhale, lifting the arms towards the ceiling, holding onto the strap. Exhale, folding forward, coming towards the right leg, aiming to bring the tummy to the right thigh. Nice long breath here. Taking a moment to observe the sensations happening in the back, in the knees, in the hips, and in the back of the right leg. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up, pivoting the body towards the left, keeping the right leg extended to the right. Bring the left foot to the side here next to the body, close to the body, left knee inside your left shoulder. And then see if you can grab onto the to the left ankle, with the right hand. If that's a bit too much, simply use the strap or a little towel, holding on there. So strap around the left ankle, holding on to the right hand. When you're ready from here, inhale, lifting the left arm up, exhale, tipping the body sideways, bringing the right shoulder towards the right knee, extending the left arm all the way. Imagine you're trying to grab the toes of your right foot with the left hand. Nice long breath here, noticing that stretch in the left side of the body. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up, releasing the legs, bringing the legs together, give the legs a little tap. And once again, bringing the legs together, front of the mat, in front of you, feet together, flex towards the ceiling. Back into Dandasana, nice long line with the back. Inhale, lifting the arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, folding forward. Imagine you're trying to give something to someone in front of you. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. On the next inhale, coming back up, bringing the feet together, sole to sole, close to the body, pushing the knees towards the ground. Butterfly pose, Bandha Konasana, holding on to the feet with the hands. Nice long breath here, chin slightly to the chest. Inhale, you can stay here for the next few breaths, or if you want on the next exhale, folding forward. Hinging at the crease of the hip, so not rounding up the back, keeping the back nice and straight, shoulders open here. So maybe it means that you're not going very far down, and that's fine. Only going as far as your body will allow, not forcing anything. On the next inhale, lifting the chest, stepping the feet a bit further out in front of you, still keeping the sole, the feet sole to sole, creating that diamond shape with the legs. Inhale, exhale, folding forward, aiming to bring the head towards the feet, and this time allowing your spine to round up. So still Bandha Konasana, but different variation. And this time the spine is rounded up. No tension in the neck or in the shoulders. If you want to check, gently rocking the chest from side to side a little bit, just to make sure. And then coming to rest in the middle. Maybe closing the eyes. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up, helping the knees, release the legs, giving the legs a little tap. We're going to come down on the floor, lying on the back. So if you need to do anything now, before we go into Shavasana, so you don't have to get up again, feel free to do that now. Maybe closing a curtain or having a sip of water, whatever that is you need. And then gently coming back down, lowering yourself onto the back. And doing one more asana, one more stretch. So making sure the arms are spread out on the side like a T. Bending the knees, lifting the knees towards the chest. Big inhale here. Exhale, allowing the knees to fall to the left. Your right shoulder is going to come up the floor, that's fine. Then turning the head towards the right. See if perhaps you can bring that right shoulder back down. Left hand can rest on the legs. Nice long breath here. Taking a moment to observe all the sensations happening. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back to the center. Readjusting, feet on the floor, maybe gently shuffling. Ready for the other side. Inhale, lifting the knees towards the chest. Exhale, knees to the right. And turning the head towards the left. Maybe see if you can bring the left shoulder back down onto the ground. Right hand can rest on top of the legs. Just spending the next few breaths here. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back to the center, readjusting. Gently releasing the legs down on the floor, stretching the legs and finding that final position for Shavasana. Legs a little bit apart, feet flopping to the side, arms spread out away from the body, palms facing up. Maybe gently rolling the head from side to side, just to find that neutral position for the neck. Closing the eyes. Taking one big inhale through the nose. And releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Letting go of any tension from anywhere in the body. Allowing the body to feel heavier and heavier. Sinking into the mat a little bit deeper. And lifting the knees to the chest, holding on to the knees. And slowly rocking from side to side. Coming to rest onto one side. Head supported by the hands, knees to the chest. Just taking one final moment before reconnecting with the rest of the day. And when you're ready, no rush. Slowly coming back up. Back to seated position, cross-legged. Hands resting on the knees. And ready to close the class with an om, feel free to join.